Good afternoon and welcome to today's Connect University. My name is Art Erdoki and I'm really excited to share with you about the Power of Us community and how you can use it to connect with other nonprofit and higher ed users of Salesforce. I'm very fortunate to work with a great team here at HandsOn Connect. As you can see here on the screen, we have a lot of committed individuals that have been working in the nonprofit sector and are here to support you in your efforts to grow your organization and take advantage of the wonderful tools like Salesforce and other apps like the HandsOn Connect application to improve your business. So today I wanted to start out with doing a clarification. There are two main communities that you should be engaged with. The one we're going to focus on today is the Power of Us. This is a dedicated private community just for the Salesforce.org customers, which are nonprofits and higher ed institutions. It has a lot of information about the Nonprofit Success Pack and other tools and resources available to nonprofits. And you can access it at thepowerofus.force.com. The other one, and we will briefly touch into this community, is the Salesforce Success community. This is the larger community for all Salesforce users. It's a publicly available resource that has lots of documentations and questions on how to use Salesforce, and you can access that community at success.salesforce.com. So I wanted to walk through a few screens to kind of show you what the experience is going to be when accessing the Power of Us hub, and then we'll jump in and I'll actually show you in real time. So when you go to powerofus.force.com, because it is a private community, you will need to log in with your Salesforce account. Now, this is the same account that you use to log into your Salesforce instance for your company. If it's the first time you're using the hub, you will need to accept their terms, and I'll show you that process in just a few moments, and it guides you through a little introduction. The first thing you want to do once you've logged in to the hub is to update your profile. You don't want to be just a regular smiley-faced avatar in the profile. This is an opportunity for you to edit and update your profile, to put in your image or to your headshot, a little bit about yourself and your experience, and make sure that you're presenting well to the community. This is really helpful as community members so that we can also identify who you are and kind of feel a little bit closer to you as you post questions or provide comments to other users. So before you forget, make sure to do that after you first log in. The other thing that's really helpful in the Power of Us hub is there's a tab called My Organization. And so this provides information about your organization. And the most important thing that you want to access is your account executive. This is your contact at Salesforce.org that will help you with any license issues or general Salesforce related resources. If you have not contacted and not been in touch with your account exec, you can definitely communicate with them through the chatter community, follow them, send them messages through the Power of Us hub. But if you wanted to send them an email, the email formats are usually first initial last name at salesforce.com or first name dot last name at salesforce.com. So you can try either of those if you need to send an email to them. But of course, messaging them through the Power of Us hub is a great way to connect and kind of helps you keep all that communication in one central place. The other great thing that's in the Power of Us hub is the chatter groups. These are groups that are available. They're both private and public groups that you can join and find information on. Of course, we would encourage you to join the HandsOn Connect group so that you can stay informed and talk with other HandsOn Connect users. But there's also the About the Hub, app advice. There's definitely different cause-related groups. So this can help you find and connect with other organizations, whether it's human services or arts and education or culture or environment. There's different causes available, and each of them has their own groups, and so you can talk and dialogue with other like nonprofits. So why don't we take a moment and jump in and actually walk through the process and kind of help you navigate the Power of Us Hub. So as I said, the first thing you'll do is you'll be asked to log in. I'm going to log in with one of my test users here to show you what the process is for a brand new user. So I've logged in. I've already was logged into my Salesforce account, so it recognized me and didn't ask me to enter my username and password again. Sometimes it may just kind of follow whatever prompts it provides you. But once you've logged in, the first thing you're going to need to do is review the term of use. So this kind of describes what the Power of Us Hub is and the information involved. So you can read through those, and then of course click accept if you're in agreement with them. Then it's going to ask you to tell a little bit about your role. You want to kind of talk about your role as a nonprofit or higher ed, and then provide some information. Again, here are the different cause groups that I was talking about. If you select a cause group from here, it will automatically subscribe you to that cause chatter group. And then you can talk about the things that are of interest. Things like volunteer management, obviously for our HandsOn Connect customer, are things that are very interested in them. You may be interested in the Nonprofit Success Pack, which helps with donation management. So click through whichever products of interest. These will, again, add you to those related chatter groups or provide you some suggestions, I should say. So then you hit next, and it provides you those recommendations. So I can see here are the groups that it recommended. The causes, human services, volunteer management, nonprofit success pack. It also put About the Hub and system administrator, since you identified that as your role. If you're not interested in joining any of those groups, you can remove yourself from this portal. So once you've completed that, it'll ask you to take me to the hub. So I'm now actually going to switch over to my user here in the hub community. And so from the hub, there's definitely lots of information. You can see what questions folks have asked, recent posts. You can even type and ask your own questions directly from the home page. It provides you some highlights of happening, such as the upcoming Women in Tech Conference and new things related to reports. So you can definitely find out information here. They're constantly updating that. But as I said, the first thing you want to do is you want to update your profile. So if you go to the top right here where your avatar would be, so it's originally going to look like that, just anonymous avatar, and we want to correct that. So we're going to click My Profile, and this will take you to your profile page. From here, you want to update your image. And so I'm actually going to go ahead and update my photo. Got a little bit more gray hair since that one was taken, so I want to reflect it correctly there. So I'm going to choose my file and hit save. This walks you through a process to do your full profile, and then as you can see, I can move it around and identify what my thumbnail would look like. So once you have that in place, I can also zoom in or zoom out depending on what my preference is, and I can hit save. So now my photo is updated, and I'm no longer that avatar. If I see here on the contact information, I can click on the pencil, and this is where it takes you to update your information. So if you want your email to be available, there's different options of visibility. I would encourage everyone to put in an email address and work phone number and make them available to the employees. Now, this is the employees, which would be only visible to the salesforce.org users or staff, because they're the ones that created this community. If you want it to be available to folks that are members of the community, then you can choose external, which means that folks that are viewing your profile would be able to see that information, or you can go make it public and make it available to anyone that's in the community. So I definitely encourage you to provide email, make that external, and then city and state, depending on your comfort, you can make it public or external so that folks kind of know where you're based. In the About tab, that's where you can update your name, enter your title, your company. If you do want to edit, if for some reason the company name is not correct for your instance, you will need to open a request with the Power of Us folks to update that. They kind of want to make sure that only organizations that are nonprofits and higher ed are in there, so they kind of do restrict that. And then, of course, provide a brief bio about your experience so that folks kind of know your vantage point. So I'm going to save that. The next thing I wanted to, and that's with that, we're updated our profile, and now we want to start engaging with the community. The next thing I wanted to show you was the My Organization tab. Again, this information is pulled from your company's Salesforce instance, but here is where you can find your account executive. So if you need some information about your account, you can do that. And of course, as I said, you can follow your account executive and contact them directly through the Power of Us hub. So if you click on their profile, it takes you to their message, and you can send a message to them directly through here. So the last thing I wanted to share with you was the chatter groups. So when you click on the chatter tab, it's going to take you to your personal chatter profile. This will show you information, a feed of the groups that you're subscribed to, provide you some recommendations, some people to follow that are experts. And if you click here on the left-hand side to groups, you'll be able to see the groups that you belong to. So you can see the groups that you recently viewed, all the groups that you currently belong to, and you can also search for active groups in the community. So, of course, type in HandsOn Connect, and you're going to see our group, and there'll be an option to join here since it is a public group. If you wanted to find other interest items, you can definitely click through and join, or if it's a private group, ask to join, and they will approve your membership or maybe reach out to ask you a few more questions. But definitely check through the groups. There's lots of great groups depending on kind of what you're interested in and want to learn about. I personally like the system administrator and some of the Salesforce centric groups that talk about different services. So take advantage of those opportunities. So there's a lot more that you can definitely explore, such as knowledge, submitting ideas for improvements to Nonprofit Success Pack and such. Find out about user groups in your local community that are focused for higher ed and nonprofits and such. So definitely, while you're in there, take advantage and explore the community. So going back, I wanted to show you one other area, which is how to get support for Salesforce questions. So in your Salesforce org, in the top right, you should see a link called Help and Training. When you click on that, you're brought to this page that provides you lots of great access documentation, information about the upcoming releases, trailheads, which we've talked about before. But if you aren't able to find the answer to your questions, you are able to provide contact support and create a case. So when you click on the Create a Case option, wrong button, you're taken to a page where you can then go through and choose the topic and categories, and it walks you through how to submit a case. So I'm going to walk you through that. So in case you ever need to submit a case around general Salesforce functionality. So again, I'm going to click on Help and Training, and it's going to walk me through the options. I'm going to click Create a Case. And so if you have questions, especially like around your Salesforce licenses, I know this came up for some of our customers recently. You can go into billing, which is where licenses are done, and you can say, open the topic and subject, licenses for Salesforce users. Put in the description of what happens. I need to purchase, or I need to renew the licenses for our volunteers. And then the severity. Of course, if it's really important, definitely use level 1. But if it's general questions, you can use one of these lower level items. And then depending on what topic and area your case is in, it's going to ask you different questions. Make sure that you provide that information that they need so that they can appropriately route the issue, and then hit submit. And once you've done that, you'll be able to review and go back to the case and see any activity on it, and communicate with the Salesforce individual to resolve that case. So if you ever need, have general questions about the Salesforce, definitely go to the Power of Us, look at the nonprofit, see how other nonprofits have maybe tackled your issue. If you're not able to get the information you need, you can definitely leverage the help and training within Salesforce to submit tickets or review general Salesforce documentation. And of course, here at HandsOn Connect, we are here to help you and support you. So as you go through this, if you have questions, definitely let us know, and we'd be happy to address those for you and point you in the right direction for the resource. And if you're looking for help in configuring or installing the Nonprofit Success Pack, we're happy to help you with those kinds of resources as well. So thank you for joining us today. Before we let you go, do want to let you know the summer release from Salesforce is coming out this weekend to most customers. And so definitely take an opportunity to review our Salesforce Release Readiness Connect University we've done in the past, to see what resources are available to you to learn about the new features that are coming to your Salesforce environment. And check out other past webinars, such as the 3-part series we did on the HandsOn Connect sharing portal for volunteer leaders and partner staffs to post and manage volunteer opportunities. We hope you enjoyed today's introduction to the Power of Us Hub and Salesforce Support, and look forward to seeing you at the next Connect University session. Thanks, and have a great day.